Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new video on my channel. Today we're talking about patch 12.1 because as we know, on Monday the release date of the patch was announced. So far so good. However, we want to take another look in a separate video at how the different pieces of content will be released. Because it would be foolish to believe that all content will be unlocked directly on August 12th. That is definitely not the case. So we'll take a look at which content will be available to you when the patch is released and which will only come later. So overall, we now have a bit of, I'll call it time gating. Blizzard calls it, what do you call it? Staggered or something like that. Staggered is the nice term for it, right? We don't call it that. Overall, it takes almost 4 weeks until all the content is available. And we're not even talking yet about things like the bonus rolls, like those empty cores you use to upgrade your gear and so on. So these are the patch contents for now, and they will also be released in a staggered way again. Alright, let's get started. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe. That would really make my day at this point. And with that, let's get started. So the main news, as you already know, the patch will be released on August 12th. Because there are always questions, especially from players who are new, like, hey, but it says the 11th and so on and so forth. Those are always anything that's a day earlier. Those are the release dates for the USA. They're basically always a day ahead of us, mainly because of the time difference and other things. So they're always a day earlier. So USA, August 11th for us, it's the 12th. Mythic Plus seasons and so on start a week later on the 19th. So far, so good. If we take a look here, this is the entire release schedule that Blizzard posted. So in the first week, you have the new lairs. I think they're called Horte in German, where you can fight the world boss. However, only on the easiest difficulty. Normal, HC, and Mythic will be added later. That means if you're already very well geared, so close to 290 or higher, then in terms of gear, you actually don't need to do anything in the first week. Just take it easy, enjoy what the patch brings in terms of new quest lines and so on, but you don't have to or need to farm gear here yet. The new world boss is included in that. There's the new dungeon Altar of Fangs, as well as the midnight dungeons on Heroic and Mythic, as well as a new fresh dungeon rotation with Altar of Fangs, Murder Road, Den of Nalarak, Blinding Veil, Void Skull Arena, King's Rest, Temple of Citralis, Ruby Life Pools. However, it should be noted that you can't do Mythic Plus yet, okay? So this new rotation is already available, but for now, only on Normal. Normal and Heroic, and as we can see here, Mythic 0. But that's why here's the note. If you already have gear, you won't get any major upgrades from Mythic 0. So, I don't know, if you just want to check out the new dungeons, sure, play them, otherwise it's pretty irrelevant. The Bounty Hunt Season 2 is only coming in normal and hard mode, so no Nightmare mode yet. Delves are available. Keep in mind you have to unlock all the levels again. So with the new season, you only have levels 1, 2, and 3 available, and then you have to clear 4, clear 5, clear 6, and so on upwards. Important. It's either character-wide or account-wide, but there aren't any bountiful delves yet. That means if you want to really go for it in the second week, you should at least unlock up to level 11 by then, and the training grounds arenas will appear. So basically arena with bots for anyone who wants to practice there. Then in week 2, starting from August 19th, the new raid will be released on normal, heroic, mythic, and LFR wing 1. The LFR wing, a new one is added every week, so it's going to be very, very staggered. Then, starting this week, Mythic Plus Season 2, PvP Season 2, and Delves Season 2 will begin. We'll get to that in a moment. The same goes for the Bounty Hunt Season 2 and the Vault gear from Season 2. So if you open a vault on the 12th, there won't be any updated loot in it yet. And the new world boss Horde now has the difficulty levels normal, heroic, and mythic available, so same here, right? The first week only has this world mode difficulty, and the loot is just very, very uninteresting for, I would say, 90% of the players. Then, the week of August 26th, LFR Wing 2 and the story mode will be released. That means you can defeat the final boss on your own and complete any related quests. In the week of September 2nd, LFR Wing 3 will be released, and in the week of September 9th, the 4th LFR Wing will be released. So, as you can see here, this is overall about everything, staggered by about 1 month. And here you can see it again with the Mythic Plus dungeons starting from the 12th. On August 12th, the Heroic and Mythic dungeons with this fresh dungeon rotation will be available. The Mythic Plus Season 2 gear, etc. However, that will only be available starting the week of the 19th. From then on, you can also earn these 2 mounts here. These are the Mythic Plus Keystone Hero and Keystone Legend mounts, or rather, Keystone Master. The one on the left, you get that first. The one on the right, that's the second one. They both look pretty cool so far. I don't think anyone can complain about that. What you see here in this video, basically all this open world content with the island and so on, will of course be available to you from day 1. However, Blizzard didn't mention anything about the questline in their post. That's why, I don't know, we currently don't know if maybe the last campaign chapter will be time-gated again and only available in the 2nd or 3rd week. Otherwise, here you can see all the achievements. Titles, Venomous Hero, and so on will be available starting from the 19th. We just looked at LFR, and the tier sets will also only be available starting from the 19th because you'll need the new loot for that. So, in other words, either from the raid, the vault, or the catalyst. So you'll have to be a bit patient with that. But that shouldn't be a big problem now. This time the raid opens everything at once, so there's no heroic week, you can push Mythic right away. Also, starting from the 19th, the PvP rated season begins. So from then on, you can work towards the Gladiator mount, those saddle mounts, titles, and everything that comes with it. And last but not least, we still have the Delves. You can see that here, starting from week 1, you can already unlock all the tier levels. However, no bountiful Delves yet. Those only start from August 19th. That also means you can only use keys starting from then, and that's when you can get better gear. And from then on, the new Nemesis boss will also appear. So far, so good. So, for example, if you want to get the achievement for killing him in the first week, that will be possible starting August 19th. And then we also see the bounty hunt mode here, starting from week 1, so from August 12th, normal and hard mode. And in the second week, Nightmare mode and Curse of the Isle will be added. So a new boss, etc. will be added as well. Yes, so far so good. That's all the information available about it at the moment. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it at least a little bit. If you did, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video and take care.